This is a continuation of the series, Who is the Kosher Jesus? I've mentioned in a number of these discussions the criteria for determining probable historicity or authenticity. I mentioned in the last installment, the previous installment, that when we can identify the biases of the gospel narrators, the gospel authors, the people who have created a literary Jesus based on a historical personage, then it's easy to cancel out, to reduce those known biases, to look at those passages with known biases, and compare and contrast and see what remains. What are the constants that are there in spite of the biases? Things that conflict with the known biases of the authors, things that embarrass the theology of the authors. What are the things that were so widely attested that the authors couldn't get around them? They had to include them. These are both works, the five Gospels, What Did Jesus Really Say, and the Parables of Jesus, the Jesus Seminar. When it says red letter edition, it's being sort of sarcastic in a way, because of course in the Christian Bibles, they have the words of Jesus and the words of God in red letters. So that by changing the font color, the reader is being brainwashed into seeing Jesus as divine, seeing Jesus as divine even when the text itself doesn't indicate that. So this is something that Christianity has done in the 20th century, and it's been extremely popular. They're doing it. The Jesus Seminar is doing it, which is a scholarly endeavor. It's a sort of think tank where scholars get together and put their heads together, and they vote on the probability of a statement attributed to Jesus. If they're sure it was attributed to Jesus, then it's in red. I'm just turning to this passage. This parable of the feast is not red. Nothing's red. There's stuff that is pink, though. There's other stuff that is gray. There's other stuff that's black. So what they're doing, let me focus here. What they're doing is they're saying if it's red, which nothing here is, then they're saying that they're utterly certain that it is from Jesus. If, however, it is pink, they're saying they're pretty sure. If and maybe even red, they're not even saying they're absolutely sure. They're saying beyond almost any shadow of a doubt, it's attributable to Jesus, the historical Jesus. If it's gray, they're saying he probably didn't say it, but we could be wrong. If it's black, they're saying there's just really no conceivable way that that's attributable to Jesus. So they meet periodically and they vote. They all get together and they put pebbles. They use pebbles of these different colors to vote. The five Gospels does this throughout the gospel narrative. Now there are some things in here that are red, even though not much is red. The parables is quite nice, and it focuses just on the parables, and it focuses on those in the gospel attributed to Thomas as well. Anyway, you should check those out if you have heard people like Rabbi Asher Meza and Tovia Singer argue to Rabbi Boteach that there's just simply no way that we can deduce what the historical Jesus probably said or who he was. This is simply not the case.